your bestie? Ain't that your friend? You know the one you can depend. Ain't that your friend? Don't fuck with him cause that's my kin. Ain't that your friend? You know my T, we go way back. Ain't that your friend? So let's sit down and have a chat. Like anytime you need a friend, I'ma be there to defend. I'ma be there to the end. You see me right there, right there. Anytime you need a friend, I'ma be there to defend. I'ma be there to the end. You see me right there, right there. Yeah.
Oh my God. Stop, y'all. Stop. Hey.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
We had to start the show like the Grammy Award winning artist that we are growing into. Okay.
Exactly.
Applause,
Yes.
applause. Give it
I
to me.
live
We
for the
need
applause.
it. Give me that feeling I love, baby. All right. How you doing, Jerm?
I'm doing good, Bryce. How are you?
You know, I am actually feeling really good right now. I can't tell y'all why, but I can. I'm going to. Jerm, what's been going on with you this week?
Okay. I like how you just pivoted back to me, but I want to say I recently got a new pet. I got a new son. His name is Nico. He is a Schnauzer Terrier mix, and he bad as fuck.
Really?
Bad as fuck. Yes. He likes to bite at my headphones, and I have a big problem with that because I've been having to pop his ass. But he's very sweet. He loves to lay and cuddle, and I love that. And he knows how to shit outside and pee outside
I know
and
that's
let us
right.
know. And he's only 5 months, so yes. Other than that,
Is it a lot of work? Are you like stressed?
I am, girl. I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been taking him out all this weekend, and of course Tristan too. But I've been playing with him, just trying to teach him manners and train him. Like he's been trying to eat his food on the motherfucking carpet, and I've been like, no, girl, because my carpet is like it's not shag, but yeah, it's like real fluffy. So he be trying to eat his food on the carpet, and the food will get stuck in the carpet. And I had to like train him not to eat on the carpet because I don't
We
like
got
that shit.
plates over here.
Exactly. You have a whole dog bowl and water, and it's like automatic, like a dispensary water bottle, so it comes out on its own whenever it's like, yeah. So
Independent.
like,
I know that's right.
exactly. So please act like you got some home training because I'm gonna train you, boo. Dang.
Jerm, how many days has it been?
I got him yesterday. It's been the second day, bitch. It's the second day.
I know.
And I'm already stressed.
Jerm, I wanted them to know that. That's why I asked you. Woo! Because, girl, you talking like you done had this baby for 6 weeks.
That's what it feels like. I'm taking care of a baby. And then I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to leave him, but Tristan's going to have
I was going to say, at what point do you know if they can hold it while you're at work? I've never had a dog. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, I know that the previous owners, they told me that he will yell when he's alone. Or
not yell.
Yes, girl. So I'm going to have to put him in the bathroom and turn the air on.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
I remember I had a neighbor that lived right below me, actually. They moved out. But I think that's what their dogs were doing.
Yeah.
It would be like a howling, like they were looking at the moon or something.
Yes.
But I'm talking about from like 12 p.m. to 5. And I learned to tune it out because it was so wild. Like, why are you like, is everybody okay down there?
Girl,
you know,
dogs, I guess they get so what is it called when you miss somebody or when they leave and I forgot.
Lonely?
I guess they get lonely without their human around, and so they do that. But it's like, girl,
I mean, I would too. If I was a dog, I would be cutting up. If you just left me at home all day, nobody's here.
But you got food and toys. Like, calm down. You have a place.
I feel like if I'm a dog, my sole purpose is to interact with either another dog or a human. Because we can be at home by ourselves and have things to do. What is a dog doing for real? I would be bored as fuck as a dog. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah.
Unless it's somebody at home all the time.
He's definitely lazy if you don't play with him. So yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, during that time, I would actually play dog whistles on YouTube, and I would open up like a window so they could hear me a little bit better and turn it up really loud on the TV, and it will calm them down.
Okay, dog whistles.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't know if
brain
it
rot
hurts
for
them,
dogs.
but it doesn't hurt. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. I
don't want
wanted a cat, but I guess I'll take them.
People keep saying they think I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care for an animal in the home. I'm very good on my pest control, so I don't even see a little ant or a little critter. I don't do anything walking that's not me. Okay.
Okay. All right. I mean, you just never know. You
Yeah.
may find a little cat, Bryce, just like you. Y'all both don't fuck with each other as long as he's fed. And
so that's another thing. I have a hard enough time trying to feed myself. Now I got to figure out what you're going to eat. Oh, no, baby.
Okay.
I don't eat till 10, 11 o'clock sometimes because I'm just like, what do I want? What do I do? I might want to cook something. You know, I don't eat like a lot of regular fast food. So I can't just go to McDonald's. I don't really do Wendy's unless I'm just starving. So sometimes I'm up late just because like tonight I'm going to make a meatloaf and some cabbage, turkey meatloaf. But that's going to take a while. So I'm going to be hungry until about 10 o'clock.
I'm mad because I tried to make some food today and I fucking sucked at it.
What did you make? I was a bit shocked when you said you were cooking. I ain't gonna lie.
And you're finna be even more disappointed because I tried to make baked barbecue chicken, and the baked beans were good. The macaroni and cheese was okay.
You made it from scratch?
No, I used the Kraft noodles without the.
I'm sorry, Jerm.
I don't like them.
At you. At least you're trying. I'm not trying to laugh at you. Oh my god!
That's all I had.
At least you are trying. I didn't have to eat it, so I ain't mad.
But the chicken was not good. It was seasoned on the outside, but it was not seasoned on the inside. And I felt like I thought I seasoned it well, but it wasn't hitting for me.
No.
And then the cornbread that I made fell apart, and I was just really upset.
Fell apart. Okay. Just so you know, and we can talk about this off air if you are embarrassed. I have all the tips, and we can get you right. I promise you. This all can be salvaged for next time. Okay. Do you have an air fryer?
I do have an air fryer, but it's so small, so I'll probably have to get another one.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten a bigger one since the smallest one, because I know what you mean. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody finna be cooking 2 pieces of chicken at once. Okay?
Exactly.
That's too much.
I got 6 other ones ready to go. Mm-hmm.
And you got a whole house to feed now, so you can't be doing that. She got a family.
Bye.
Jerm, this week for me, honestly, it has not been that bad, and I'm getting more in the mood of not complaining so much. So I really do appreciate I've had some time to collect myself and not necessarily do everything that I need to do this week, but I was able to get some things done. I really do appreciate productivity, Bryce. When he's on top of his stuff, can't nobody stop me. It's when what's Fantasia say? My life is like light up sneakers. As long as I keep on walking, I know I'm a shine. It's when I stop that I lose my light. All right. Now, Jerm know where that's from. Y'all might not know where that's from. It's got to be.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
so I have been preparing to finally put out music after several months of inactivity, and it was not supposed to be this long, and I've actually had songs ready for a while, as Jerm knows. I was a bit hesitant because I didn't want to put out a song and not have other songs ready if I want to just package it as a project really fast or something like that, or just put out multiple singles back to back. So I was trying to wait till I had the clip loaded. Now the clip is kind of loaded, and I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing. So I'm ready to start with, baby number 1, and then we can get her siblings on out the way as well.
Okay.
So I've been focusing on that, and I think hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have baby number 1. I'm expecting. Yeah.
I'm excited for this. Are we expecting this month or next month?
No, hopefully it will be this month. I'm forcing somebody to help me with some content and stuff. So that's the only way you get things done around here. Okay,
that's right. Okay, period.
Put these Negroes to work.
Put them in a sweatshop. Let's go.
No, But yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to get that completed. Hopefully, I definitely needed to say May on the title, or on the release date, so it'll definitely need to be in May. I will say, Jerm, why does it seem like the more experience we get, the harder this stuff is? Like back in my day, girl, you know, I used to take a little selfie, like click, click. That's the album cover.
Right. And people
Look,
used to eat it up.
upload, bitch. I would be
Exactly.
like, I thought I was dropping the song of the summer.
Yeah.
Upload, and it was just made in my room. Like, well, I'm not even gonna lie. I really did shoot a whole album cover in my room. Though. I had like I had like a backdrop that you would use on like a set for some reason, and this is back when I was at my mama's house, so I was still like 20. Or maybe not even 20. I think I was still 19.
Was this released before?
Yeah, I'll show it to you, and you can tell me if it looked like I did in my room. But I basically pinned up a backdrop covering like a whole half of the room, like the window and everything was covered, like the whole wall. And I acted like it was a Tyler Perry set, baby. I set up my lights, camera action, set up my tripod, and bitch, I was in there giving Tyra, okay?
Okay. Set the timer, all right, 10 seconds.
Set the timer. I think I even had a little button back then, so I may have been click, click, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, okay, period.
And I think we were still using PixArt back then. You pull up that app and you get to editing. And I said, child, I have my album covered.
PixArt was my shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But we have to be real creative back then. But for some reason, it felt more effortless. And now you got to put a lot of effort into it because you hold yourself to a higher standard the higher you reach, I guess.
Yeah, people want
the more you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think we even want more for ourselves because I'm not going to lie. I don't necessarily do it for what people want, which I know is crazy because we're supposed to appeal to a crowd, an audience, and try to get them to be pulled in, of course. But I really do find that when I don't try, people seem to just like random things that I wasn't thinking too hard about. So I don't really think about what they like. I just do what I feel is important to me. And so I'm listening back and being like, no, Bryce, you did better. You've done better than that before, so you can't give it to them dry like that. Go harder, or maybe not even better than that. This is not better than what you've done before. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of pressure to elevate. I said all that to say that's what has been consuming my mind. That and a little bit of fun. I've had a little bit of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all can't know about all that yet, but Jerm, I was gonna tell you something before we get into the topic. I do want to give you a fun story. You know we love mess on this show, right?
Yes, let's give it to us.
Girl. So this is about a little story about a Cancer and one of your Gemini sisters.
Lord.
So could you imagine that dynamic?
Yes, like a tsunami almost.
Tornado, that's what I like to call them. Since I'm not gonna disclose how I know these people, but just know I know them very, very well. Since a little toddler, I've been watching them tear each other's heads off. And it's truly pleasing. But at this age, I have to be the Monique or the Iyanla of the family.
Oh, wow.
Fix it. I'm very much that vibe. So,
you know what that was just giving? It was giving Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
her husband died, and why did I get married?
Fix it. Yeah,
that's what I was here.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
So these are two people that are related to me. One was going over the other's home to watch the children for a nice night out.
Okay.
And the one who was watching the children is doing so for free, as a good family member would. They watch the children all day long from like 1 p.m. to like 11 p.m.
Right.
They come home, or the couple comes back home, and that person is very much like, what took y'all so long? And then y'all are just sitting outside in the driveway. And she said that she kept hearing the engine rev up because it's like one of them fast cars, vroom, vroom.
Mm-hmm.
So that person walks outside. Their car is actually in the driveway now next to the parents that are returning.
Mm-hmm.
That person looks at their SUV and sees a scratch. And they're like, now wait, how did my car get scratched? My car was fine before I got here. And let them tell it they inspected their car before they went in the family member's house, which I find hard to believe because why would you be inspecting your car?
Right. Whoa.
So I'm gonna be unbiased here. But it's basically saying, hey, I know my car for a fact was not damaged before I walked in because I looked at my car. I'm doing that with quotation marks. They looked at their car. So
okay.
The family member that was out all night, of course, they had some drinks. Now, I don't endorse the drinking and the driving of it all, but we live in Texas, Jerm, and we know how Negroes get down. Okay? They will have some drinks and say that they are okay and that they can drive.
They do it all the time.
I disapprove of it. Don't nobody listen to me. I'm very much a lightweight. I have one drink, if that, and I ain't even talking about a full drink. I have a nice little sip if I'm driving. And I sit there for at least 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I don't be, for one, I've never been drunk. That's a whole nother story. But if I was to be drunk, I'm going to make sure I'm not somewhere where I got to drive home.
That's interesting. You've never been drunk, for real?
No. The most I've ever done is have like a couple glasses of wine at home. And then I start feeling like Janet Jackson. I start feeling like I can, with music by her side. Girl, I start doing the Rhythm Nation. That's the most I've ever got. I've never been drunk to where I would be a disturbance to somebody. I just be in here, boom, 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 like, very much that.
Okay, Janet, you were hilarious. I'm loving the Janet references today.
I really be doing that. The move for Rhythm Nation. Yeah. I ain't even lying. This one time I picked up that broom and I thought I was Sierra. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes. That's Promise, right?
Bitch, I went low to the flow. Exactly. I went low to the flow. You can be my teacher. I do homework. You can give me extra credit, daddy. I do more work. Okay. Oh. Back to the story, though, Jerm.
Okay, CC. BB.
CC and BB. Okay.
Yeah, I know that's right.
So, either way, back to this little accident.
Yeah.
The person who was driving, because they had a couple of drinks, they claimed that they were not drunk, so they say, right? And everything is fine. But you're loud, you're upset that your car has been hit. To get them to just go home, they're like, just send me the bill, I'll pay for it. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. So the next day, that person is really thinking about it, and they're like, how could I have hit your car for real? I park in this driveway every single day. I never hit my husband's car, so how could I have hit yours? So there's a dispute right there. First, you agreed that you was going to take care of it. You basically admitted fault. And if this was an insurance company, y'all know I do that job sometimes. The person is admitting fault. That kind of means that you know that you did something. Right. If you don't think you did nothing, you wouldn't say, I'm sorry, I'll take care of it. You would defend that you didn't do nothing. So the next day they call in like, actually, I'm looking at my camera footage and you need to come look at it too, because I don't see me hitting your car. I don't see how it's possible. They start going at it like they don't know each other. And these people know each other very well, like two raggedy bitches off the street. You just want money from me. You jealous. I'm like, wait, you think she's making it up that her car got hit? I'm like trying to be reasonable. I'm being a mediator. That's why I'm telling they business. Hit. The car is scratched.
Okay.
And the person who was not there, the person who was in the house, has created an elaborate story of how the car got scratched. Because y'all couldn't park, y'all was a little drunk, and that's why I kept hearing the engine rev, because you kept backing up. The video shows that they pulled in one time and didn't move the vehicle again.
Okay. So it's caught on video.
It's candid camera, but it's not an exact angle from where the car was hit. So you can't really see on the other side of the SUV if they actually scratched them, but it invalidates the part of the story where you're saying they kept backing up back and forth trying to align the parking correctly. Because they slide in one time. So now I don't know who to believe, right? So now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It don't matter. Everybody got insurance. We ain't finna cry about this.
Yeah. Y'all grown.
Fix it though, right? I'm back to that point. You know what? I'm gonna just start. Both of them is giving very much. I'm gonna just start focusing on myself and stop involving myself in what's going on with everybody. Now, why we gotta fall out over this? Everybody, we can't have Thanksgiving no more
Right.
over a little scratch.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so irrational. And so I was telling Jerm this story because I was talking about how I think Geminis can be and how you have to talk them down, like talk them off of the ledge. Because it was given very much, I don't need my family no more if y'all gonna accuse me of scratching your car. Like, what? Is that deep? And the Cancer was given more so like, hey, I can get the car fixed. I don't like how you're talking to me. Okay?
Yeah.
So I just think we as we approach Gemini season, because our girl Jerm's birthday is coming up very soon. As we approach Gemini season, let's be mindful of them and their difficulties with keeping calm. Okay? And just playing it cool.
Bitch.
They can't help themselves.
Bitch.
That's the end of the story.
I'm cool as a whistle right now.
You cool right now. I like them when y'all giggling and stuff, girl. Y'all ain't seen the other side. The other twin child, she do not play, okay?
I'm ashamed of her. I really
We might
am.
talk about it a little later, child.
Sometimes I just wish I was one person and I was just this way all the time.
Yeah.
But, life didn't have it in the cards for me.
I thought it was a myth for a long time. Like the whole Gemini twin thing. Because you always, I guess we should tell them, like, we talk a lot more now that we do this together. We used to talk like maybe once a week, if that, maybe every couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have to talk to you a lot, bitch, you just never know. You just never know who you're texting.
Oh my gosh. I feel that way about you too, often.
But like, I have a different issue. Mine is not different personalities. I literally just be going through different shit that has me in a happy mood versus who want it, So you might text me if I'm doing Uber, girl, and I've been out all day. Mother is tired. Mother's ready to go lay her feet down or kick her feet up and lay down. You might get who want it. Why are you talking to me like this?
Oh, see,
if I'm having a good day, if I'm relaxed, I'm more willing to be reasonable because I just understood something. I think I saw it on Instagram, like a motivational speaker say something that you pay the price of community with annoyance. So the price of having people around you that care about you and that y'all can benefit from each other is possibly being annoyed by them. Just like you pay the price of loneliness. I'm sorry, not loneliness. You pay the price of solitude with loneliness. So if you, hopefully I said that right. I'm going to post the clip if I find it.
I mean, I don't know the saying, so.
Whoever said it, they said it very well, but I'm going to post it if I find it. I'm going to put it right here. Basically, what that is explaining is that when you have a community, it's a benefit, but there is some downside that comes to it. You have to deal with it in order to have good community because relationships in general are not without flaws. So you're going to have disagreements. There are going to be weird moments, and both parties have to be willing to resolve it amicably.
I agree.
You could also take the approach of people that don't have no friends, don't fool with nobody in their family, and just worry about themselves. And they may be at peace to some degree because they don't have to deal with conflict, but they're very lonely, So it's just deciding which one you would rather do. And I think if we're being real, it would be better to learn how to just deal with different personalities and manage all of the different relationships you have versus cutting everybody off and being a curmudgeon because nobody really wants that life,
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I can kind of see that perspective, but child, that little part of me just is always like, what if this bitch try me again?
Me?
Like, it's this one boy,
Oh.
No, not you.
Okay,
damn, bitch, you thought I was talking about you?
What if he tried me again?
No, I had somebody else in mind. Because he tried to come back into my life and tried to invite me to his son's birthday party. But he was talking shit about me behind my back. So I was like, no.
Is this an artist?
No, he made clothes. He made a clothing brand.
Mm-hmm. When you say stuff like this, I really be trying to figure out who you be talking about in my head.
I'm so dead. Yeah, of course. But yeah, he tried to invite me to his son's birthday party, and I was just like, I already told you I don't want to be friends with you already, and yeah.
That's so interesting. I had a friend that I hadn't spoken to in a while that reached out to me and invited me to her daughter's birthday party. And I actually am willing to like rekindle things with her because I
That's
feel
good.
like, sometimes women specifically, not really men because they don't do a lot and a lot of times in some certain dynamics, but with women, the child changes them. So I'm like, maybe you'll be a better friend now that you have a different level of reality, You
Yeah.
can't be stuck up with the child.
Dear.
Not stuck up, self-centered.
Right.
That's the word.
I
Well, you
mean,
can
I
be.
would
There
hope
are some
so.
people who will do it, but it's harder to
Mm-hmm.
be only concerned about yourself when you have a baby.
Right.
So
I would
I
hope
was
so,
willing to
child.
go. I didn't go though because I had to work. But
Oh,
also,
oh.
I'm a little too. I'm a little too grown to be at a baby's birthday party. It's just not. I don't got no kids. Unc ain't got no children to bring.
Right.
So why am I
Yeah.
at the baby's birthday party? But it was a nice offer. I do
I
appreciate
mean,
that.
you could have met some. You could have met you a man.
I can't say what I want to say, but I was not going to. Let's just say that.
You
Hey,
see, why he
friend.
always gotta come for me, y'all?
No, I wasn't coming at you. I didn't want to insult my friend and say why I wasn't going to meet a man.
Okay. All right. That's funny.
Yeah. So,
Oh, mm.
what?
Because I feel like you've talked about this person before.
I
Was this
don't
the
think
same
so.
person with the homophobic friend that was showing like the videos talking down on
No, fuck that
gay
up.
people? Oh, okay. Never mind.
That lady is weird. And it's not even that she's homophobic. It's just that she doesn't. Let's get into the topic, Jerm, because that really relates. She does not know how to. The lady that he's talking about, we spoke about her several weeks ago. I had a friend, and we started being work friends, and it turned into like having a personal relationship. And I would feel like every time I had some type of critique of poor behavior, instead of just being like, hey, okay, maybe I'll stop trying to yell at you. That's an example right there. Hey, when sometimes you start yelling at me, I don't appreciate it because X, Y, Z. Instead of taking it and being like, okay, I'll stop trying to yell at you, she starts to defend, for one, how she wasn't even yelling. For two, if she does yell, why it's justified. And for three, I should not be that sensitive because people be yelling sometimes. And it's just like,
Not the
okay, bitch,
gaslighting.
I didn't give you my feelings for you to try to debunk them. All
Yeah.
right? Now do it or leave me the fuck alone. Okay? And eventually I got to that
Exactly.
point. Because
Yeah.
at first I would sit there and, girl, you know me, I can talk to a brick wall. I would just sit there and try to reason with the bitch and repeat the same. We would be having the same conversation for an hour, just saying the same shit. And she would be like, no,
Yeah.
because it's just like, girl, I'm not trying to say I'm right about everything, but if I find it in my spirit to bring up a whole like, hey, I need to talk to you about this thing, you might want to listen because I didn't just make it up because I don't really want to have a tough conversation. If we got to have a
Okay.
tough conversation, it's probably necessary. Jerm, today I am talking about advice, girl. Advice is a very tricky word. Some people need it real bad, and some people hate to get it. They probably
Yeah.
are the same people, but I'm gonna tell you some situations where I tried to give some people advice and it went totally wrong. But first, I want to ask you: have you ever been in a situation where somebody was just behaving terribly, going down terribly, going out sad? That's what I meant to say. And you just felt it in your spirit to say something because if not you, then who? And it came back and bit you in the face or the ass. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah. Child, I remember I don't want to say I used to be friends with this person
It's
because
weird.
I don't know where. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. But me and this person was close, and I remember they had a falling out with an elder of theirs, and they was wishing death on them, and I was just like, hey,
Oh,
I know
Lord.
you, and yeah,
Why
and
is
I was
everything
like,
you say so funny?
I'm so dead. I don't even know. I just be talking, child.
It's the way you
But no, I
delivered
was
that.
like,
But go ahead.
but I was just like, yo, like I understand you feel this way, but don't say that because words have power.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that I gave this person a lot of stuff. Like I gave her my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her some other stuff too. But during that moment, she ended up turning on me and kind of like going off on me and saying how I wasn't being empathetic and how I have no empathy and how I
Mm-hmm.
don't care about them and how I wasn't being a good friend because I don't see their point of view. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't see their point of view. It's I see both sides of it, but you can't just say I wish this person death when you know you don't feel those feelings because like I said, words have power. And if something would have happened to this person, you would have been hurting and would have said like, "Oh, I should never said that." So I'm
Yeah.
trying to be that good friend and still trying to, you know, get you to see the grace of it all. Like show people grace, even though this happened, even though you feel this way, you can feel those things, but don't like go out of your way and just spew all these hateful stuff and wishing death on a person. Like that's crazy.
Too far.
And so yeah, after that, yeah, I just felt like that was too much. But yeah, they just told me that I didn't have any empathy and they didn't take my advice until, boop.
The person died?
No.
Oh,
They
bitch, I
just
was gonna gag.
I guess I kind of understood why the elder was upset, but then again, she was grown. But damn, I kind of don't want to say this because I feel like this will hit too close to home, and I don't want the person to listen to it and be
Okay.
like,
You don't
"You're
gotta do
talking
it.
to me."
We're very graceful on this show. We save so many people, like all the time.
Yeah. So
because we could really
I've already hurt someone's feelings before, so I don't want to hurt any more feelings.
Do you want to tell Bryce about that?
Yeah, I heard one of my family members heard our episode and didn't like what I had to say about the situation.
You told me that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that
I
they
told you
feelings
that.
were hurt. I thought they were just pissy
Yeah,
because people
and
hate
so-
when you say what is real, what actually happened. And
Exactly.
I get it. Like when some things that I say, if I'm being salacious, which I am being today, if I am being salacious and you don't like that because I put 10 on 20 sometimes or 20 on 10, whatever you want to say, I'll get that. Yeah, I may have hyped it up because I like to be theatrical.
Right.
If I'm telling you exactly what happened or telling the people exactly what happened and you don't like that, baby, I wish you had a time machine so you could change it.
Exactly.
Okay? That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because I was really confused and then had the nerve to make a shady post that was pertaining to the episode saying that and I'm gonna put this on blast because I don't give a fuck. That was uncalled for and you know what the fuck
You didn't
did.
tell me this part now. What happened?
No, she gonna say the post said I never told my kids that I was smarter than them because I felt like I was smarter than them. I told them I was smarter than them because I didn't want to make the same mistakes. I didn't want them to make the same mistakes I did.
That I did.
And I said,
yeah.
First of all, you never told me that. You always you used to always say you got college degrees, you got 2 degrees, and how you smarter than me. You ain't never said it like that. So let's be real. Exactly. Don't lie. Like, and then go read my message and not say nothing. So I said, okay, I'm gonna match your energy. I'm gonna match your energy. That's fucked up.
Honestly, I could see that quote meaning something from a person who actually believes it.
Yeah.
If it actually applies,
she
that's
really
a beautiful
believes
thing.
that.
Yeah, but Jerm, we talked about this. I've been hearing about these type of stories that the one that you chose to share. I think this was either the first or the second episode.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it if you don't want to say it. I've been hearing about this shit since I met you, bitch. I knew your tea back in in middle school, high school.
I'm dead.
And a lot of people did. It was not a secret. So if y'all did not want people to know it was some aggression in that house, maybe we should have been less aggressive in that house. How about that? All right.
Exactly.
I don't care about who mad. So anyway, because I really feel bad in so many, like anytime we talk about it, I'm like, I talk cash shit about some certain people that I know in my life, but I never had to deal with aggression on a regular basis just for no fucking reason. So I really feel bad that that's even like a part of your history because it has to have some type of trauma attached to it. I can't really imagine what it is. That kind of makes me want to talk about Cassie, but I can't do that right now. It's not that type of show. But trauma is such a bitch, and people don't even think about it. Everybody is so quick to judge and have commentary on how a person is the way that they are, but you don't know what that bitch has gone through and is currently going through.
Yeah.
So when you be going off, I really do need to remind myself that Lil Mama is angry, okay?
Oh my god! I'm slowly learning to not be that person.
But as I just said that out loud, I wasn't trying to be funny when I said that. As I just said that out loud, I was like, so when I think the Jerm is getting snippy with me, I should just be like, you know what? He don't mean it. It's not personal to me. And just have a pullback moment. Because, you know, when I see fire, bitch, I light up. I'm like, bitch, we all finna be burned. Okay? So I gotta stop.
Oh my gosh.
I said that as a real thing for myself.
Yeah.
But I did want to say about the advice thing that you were saying you gave to your friend.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really beautiful lesson that you tried to share with that lady. Because don't ever let your anger in the moment, and as a person who's had to regulate their anger, I'm sure you would know of all people, don't let your anger in the moment turn into something that can't be turned around.
Exactly.
So the wishing death thing is like, beyond the fact that I'm not necessarily saying you wishing death on them, they're going to die tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But you should probably teach yourself how to be upset, bothered by something and not take it all the way far. Because if you're wishing death on people, it might go a little far one day and you actually go make sure they are dead. Okay?
No, seriously. Next thing, it's going to be a Final Destination moment. You're going to be like, damn, bitch, I just seen her last week. Yeah. And you also wish this bitch dead. You would also wish death on this hoe.
I'm talking about if you can get to the point of I wish she was dead, you might get to the point of making sure she died, like killing her. That's what I was saying.
Oh shit.
It's the same type of anger to be upset about a situation and want somebody to not be here. Mm-hmm. All they got to do is push you a little bit farther, and now you're gonna make sure that they're not here no more.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
All right.
That's the word.
Stay away from those type of girls.
Like, I'm not around her no more, so I'm like, that's something different.
If you wishing your granny died, what do you think about me when we get into an argument?
and I'm struggling every day, bitch. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not struggling every day, but it's like, girl, I'm trying to survive.
Oh yeah, I don't need nobody out here threatening my life.
Exactly.
Okay?
Like, please, I just want to go to work, go home, and enjoy my nice time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say a situation that reminds me of that, where you're just trying to be reasonable, because I'm assuming, did she curse you out after that?
She definitely did.
Yeah, I would assume. I had a situation happen very recently with that, and it was my cousin. One of my good cousins too. I like a lot of my cousins as adults. I didn't like a lot of them growing up, real tea. But I like a lot of them growing up. I'm sorry, I like a lot of them now. That's what I'm saying. But one that I had a soft spot for the bitch because she's a part of the Libiquidoa community. So it's like, you know.
Libiquidoa?
The LGBT, Libiquidoa.
Oh, is this the transgender cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So my trans cousin, we love her, right, and her identity. Mm-hmm. I also don't think just because you have issue with a person personally that you should turn it into like an anti-trans moment. I know a lot of people don't hesitate to fall out with a trans person and start calling them by their dead name, calling them a man, all of that stuff. So I definitely didn't take it there. Mm-hmm. But my cousin really pissed me off, y'all. And I just was like, honestly, I'm not going to blame it on the hormones because that's kind of rude and dismissive. But everything can't be okay in that mind for you to be mad about something that I didn't even say. Let me tell y'all what happened.
Right.
Because I gave her advice in this moment. And that's when she tried to shit on me. So my cousin, very dear friend of mine, was growing into a friendship, I thought. Because we have a similar experience growing up in the South, in a Black family. I'm one of the only out gay ones, real tea, and she's one of the only trans ones, you know. And I have a stud cousin too, but she plays it safe, you know. She can assimilate.
Not STEM. Not she is STEM.
No, she really is a stud though. I just like messing with her. I like messing with her, but yeah.
You giving me a rush. And time to come around.
One thing about my stud cousin, she keep a nasty lineup. Like I be like, girl, I need you to line me up. She stay fresh. She got
a lineup. I'm
a
thinking she
nasty.
Tyra B.
No, not Tyra B. Not Tyra B. It's giving more like you remember Damo and Chrissy?
Hold on.
It's giving Damo. It's giving. I'm trying to give you somebody else that you know. It's giving Young and May, but like not that aggressive.
I'm still gonna look up Damo and Chrissy though. Oh wait, I do know Damo and Chrissy.
Yeah, it was the YouTube girls back in our day.
Oh, not Ed. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't
Way
mean to
back,
say Ed.
way back, way back in the high school days. That was the YouTube people.
Is she Damo or is she Chrissy?
That's what I was saying. Like she's a stud. Like she's the type that she was wearing like her daddy's football jerseys back in the day, and now she would probably wear it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, go girl or go.
That's one of my favorite cousins for real. But back to the trans cousin.
Right.
I had started getting close to her in recent years because she told me she was trans, and I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, I did not like her when she was a little boy because it was very much like a bully, and I always took those type of personalities down. Like I would break you down slowly because it's like innocent, sweet Bryce. He's not here to bother anybody. I'm just here to roast and gag and have a good time.
Good. Yeah.
You, ma'am, you want violence, so I'm gonna give you that. So we stayed at each other's head. So we grew up, and she's telling me she's trans. I was the one that introduced it to the whole family. Like, hey, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. Call her by this name. Keep it cute. Don't give your opinion. I'm talking to the other family that just you would think like wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
For real. Leave her alone. Call her this. Keep it cute, right? I'm over here going to bat for you, arguing for you. And we had a good relationship these last few years. We get to, there is a show that we both watch where people give commentary. And a personality on the show gave an opinion that they don't necessarily understand the non-binary term they and them. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have the opinion that not that non-binary people don't exist or should not be validated, but that the term they and them is confusing because it refers to multiple people. Typically, when you say they or them, you're referring to a group of people, at least two. So just from like people who are really strict about their English, it's hard to remember to say. And I hope nobody takes offense to this because, like I said, it's not intended to be offensive. I just happen to agree with somebody's perspective of the fact that when you see a person and you don't know exactly what gender they identify, but you know that they're not he or she, it may be harder to remember to say they or them because we're just not used to talking like that. So instead of them, they, I'm going to refer to you as Jerm, for example, you know? Mm-hmm. Right. So every time I refer to you, I'm going to say Jerm, Jerm, Jerm. I don't personally think that's offensive, but I'm also not in that community, so I don't really know. But I know it's not meant to be offensive. It's just saying like it would be great if y'all had a different pronoun that we could learn because taking this word that means multiple people is confusing for certain brains. I understand that, right? So my cousin is in my text messages going off about it. Texted me about this. I saw the same person give that opinion and I didn't say nothing about it. You brought it to my phone and you want me to hate with you. I'm not hating with you. I'm like, well, I think, because mind you, my cousin is very angry because she's trans and she feels very like it's a very sensitive topic. And it's like, to her perspective, it's like that person is invalidating the non-binary existence and basically saying, y'all don't deserve respect. So I'm not going to call you they or them. That's how she heard it. Okay. And my point is, it's not about not deserving respect. It's literally about that specific word, and it's confusing. So I'm trying to make sure that we're not just thinking with emotion. You know, I'm a very logical person. So I noticed how irritated she was, and especially with the fact that I was not agreeing with her. And I'm trying to give her some advice about like not taking everything so seriously. Like I know that trans people are in danger in this country, and like especially Black trans women, they die at, I want to say twice the rate, but I really think it's like 10 times the rate of other trans people or people in general. Like Black trans women are in danger in general in the Black community. Men like to mess with them, have sexual relationships with them, and then kill them before anybody finds out. It's really sad. So I understand that you feel like a warrior for your people, for your community. Let me say that. But everything that people say is not an attack towards you. And we can get in that mentality. I know as a black gay man, you start seeing so much content and so much so many people speaking against your existence that you think every time somebody is saying something that's not clap, clap, yay, go you, that they're coming from the place of the opposition. Everybody's not your opposition. And you will be surprised you will be surprised how little growth you make in life if you're looking at every single person, every single thing as an opposition versus an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
So she was coming with such an aggressive perspective. I was just trying to get her to see the other side. Mind you, I ain't got nothing to do with this for real. You texted me. I'm not non-binary nor am I trans. It's nothing to do with me for real. I'm just letting you know, like, oh, I kind of see what they're saying. I don't think they're being malicious. I think you should try to reframe how upset you are. Like, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
This girl, mind you, had so many gender affirming conversations, and I'm letting her know I'm in support of her. She's showing me like the work she wants to get done. I'm like, oh, that girl, that nose is gonna look good on you. Ooh, you're gonna get
not nose.
What lift? Ooh, yes. Oh, that's gonna be cute. Oh, yeah, I watch Botched. Don't do this, and make sure you let them do that. Like we having those type of conversations. Like I'm one of your supporters. I'm your ally. Yeah. I had one disagreement with her about the they and them versus saying somebody's name. And y'all, I have become Paula Dean to her. I am the biggest bigot she could ever imagine. She told me I'm just like my brother and just like my father. Just an ignorant old Neanderthal. I ain't never gonna know nothing. I said, bitch, now I'm anti-trans?
No. Has she always thought that about you? Like, what the
fuck? You know, I'm glad you asked that. Because what did I say last week? When people say things and their reaction is really big to a simple discussion, I be feeling like, girl, you probably thought that about me this whole time.
It's because it was like, why is she going so hard? Like, it's such a personal attack. That's crazy. Not you, just like your brother. Okay, girl.
Oh, Jerm, can you hold your mic in the same place, please?
I'm sorry. So what happened?
I don't know. I basically told her that she was gonna end up realizing that she was wrong and apologize to me, and I'm gonna be there to laugh in her face. But I didn't give her. Period. I did not read her down like I should have. And I will say, every single week I keep running into situations where I could really violate people, but I am choosing to not necessarily be the most mature I could be. Like, I'm sitting here being messy and telling y'all. So I could be even more mature. But I'm choosing to grow a little bit, just a teensy weensy bit, and not let them have it. So I am having some personal developments every time I get the opportunity. I am trying to be, almost 25, because I don't want to be beefing and arguing and screaming at people like I was at 22,
Okay. That makes sense. Right. It's old news.
But yeah, I learned from that, though. I should have probably just let her have it when she was complaining to begin with, if I wanted to maintain a relationship with my cousin. Because after she done talked to me like this, I don't want to talk at all. Like, you can't call me and ask me for nothing. I'm good.
If she called you a bigot.
Yeah, basically. But I should have just not given advice at all, trying to like calm the girl down. I should have just been like, yeah, girl, you mad? I get it. I should have just let it be like that. But this is what I get for trying to be real with people and get them to not think everybody is against them. Because then it's crazy how I said that, and then you start talking to me like I'm against you too. So it's like, wait, you want everybody to be your oppressor. Because everybody's not your oppressor.
What's her zodiac sign? Do you know?
She's a Leo.
Okay.
It makes sense, right? Yeah. They're very short-sighted. It's like they can only see exactly what's in front of them, I find. And it's just like,
they find proof.
You know the world is bigger than you, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to get that. I know a lot of Leos. That's why I'm saying that. It's hard to get it through their head that what they think may not be the exact fact. And even me, I'm very sure of myself, and I know that frustrates a lot of people. It even frustrates our good sister Jerm sometimes, how sure I am of myself. But what the surety that I speak with That's what I mean. Like when I sound like I really know what I'm talking about, it makes you be like, all right, shut the fuck up. I get that, right? But I'm also open to perspectives that are not my own. You can appeal to reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I can be like, you know what? That's a thing that you just said. You got that.
Right.
I don't have to fight everything to the last breath. And I find that a lot with Leos. So honestly, what I'm learning from this is to stop giving advice to Leo specifically. Because even my brother's a Leo. It never turns out great.
Do you give
when I
advice
try
to
to
him
help.
as well?
Not anymore. I pray for him. And I let God have it. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
One thing about me, I don't have too many more wasted phone conversations in my life. I'm not just going to be on the phone with people that's not getting nowhere with all of my good advice and ideas. Because I got plenty of good ideas, Jerm, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to say that for the people that want to hear it. How about that?
Okay, period.
Because I'm tired of being cursed out.
And you are an uncle, so you know you got kids to raise, so I get it.
Okay, I'm focused on the new generation. I call them and I'm like, hey, this is how it is. I had to tell, I ain't getting into all of that, but I have to get with the children and let them know, you know, there is more at the end of the rainbow, basically.
Okay, I know that's right.
Life ain't over till it's over. So childhood may not be the easiest, but you just got to push through, because now, me and you both, we didn't necessarily have the happiest childhoods, but we get to have the life that we want now, you know?
Right.
I think it's really important for kids to know that, because in the child's mind, like how I said, a Leo is short-sighted. I think a child's mind is short-sighted in the way of things are not going the way I want it to go now. Will it ever get better? I would have been so much happier in my teen years if somebody would have just said, it's going to get better. Like the issues that you have internally, because I had a lot of things going on in my own head. I don't know, when I say that, I always sound like I was in a straitjacket. It wasn't that crazy. It's just like in my head, girl, I was bouncing off the wall at all moments. That's why people probably thought I was like weird, because bitch, I'm thinking about a lot. When you say hello to me, I'm like, hello, but it's anxiety, it's depression, it's fear, it's embarrassment.
Yeah.
All of that is happening at once. And I'm just trying to sit at the lunch table and talk to friends. So of course I was a little awkward. Okay.
Yeah, that's so real.
But I wish somebody would have just told me at some point. I'm gonna say this as a joke, Jerm. At some point, the voices would get quiet.
Look, you hear voices, I hear sounds. Okay.
What that mean? What sounds you be hearing?
Musical sounds, like.
Oh, okay. All right, Jerm. I do want to ask you this though. Have you been on the other side of that, where there is somebody that may have been genuinely trying to help you, but maybe they caught you at the wrong time and you gave them, look, very much, I didn't ask you for all of that advice, baby girl. Keep it. Who was it?
I wouldn't say I gave them like very much, but I did give them very much like, that's not true. Like, you know,
denying it.
These people are down for me. Yeah, I denied it for so long until it actually revealed itself to me. And so I actually had to go to that person and apologize and say, like, you know, you was right. These people weren't for me. And I believe you told me that before too. That a certain group wasn't for me as well. And I didn't believe it. So
somebody else has done that as well?
Yeah. I think it was my brother. I don't remember. It was somebody.
So nice.
Yeah, right. But I didn't believe them because I felt like this person was really my friend. We always hung out together.
Brothers.
Huh? Shout out to our brothers.
I said we talking about fine brothers. Every time I say brother, you be making comments, so I'm gonna start doing it too.
Hold on, because I was not prepared for that. I was
just like, I'm gonna mess with him too, like he do me.
Okay. I mean, I know my brother fine.
I'm talking about the older one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Wait, you said the older one. My brother?
Yeah, your older brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bitches always be throwing themselves. It gets annoying sometimes, but you know, that's my brother.
Wake him up, okay?
But yeah, like it's just I didn't believe him during that time, and I was like, damn, like we always hang out. Like I invite this person over. I think this was around the time I was 12, 13. I don't remember.
Oh
But
damn.
we playing with my toys and stuff, and long and behold, this person really wasn't my friend. They was talking shit about me, and I was just like, dang. So imagine just, having your brother foreshadow what was about to happen to you, and then it happened.
Yeah. I wonder what he was picking up on that he was able to tell you that was going to happen.
He always picks up on that. My mother even does. Like she always. Well, damn. Let me not. Damn. I'm sorry.
Didn't you say she's a Virgo?
My who?
Your mother.
My real mom is an Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
And mom, I love you, so I don't want you to think that I'm talking shit about you because I love you down. Well, sometimes she becomes hot and then she becomes cold, and I don't want to be around her when she gets cold. So I just be like, okay, deuces. But I love you though.
That's very Aquarius coded. Honestly, y'all, this show is for the friends. Anytime you need a friends, not a family. So if family are listening, you got to be okay with the truth being told. We're not trying to offend. We're just trying to give real tea. Exactly. And luckily, I don't have the personality that can be intimidated, so I'm gonna just keep pushing it. But I don't want to feel like a certain type of way if you hear it, because you shouldn't be.
I could ask the same question for you. Have you ever been on the other side of the spectrum of somebody giving you advice and you not following it?
Girl, I do it to my mom all the time. That lady loves to tell me what to do, and half the time I be like, la 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 la. So it's always a time where I have to circle back and be like, you kind of ate that one thing. I'm gonna tell y'all what she told me that I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to hear. For one, my mom has a lot of experience, of course, as a very grown adult with finances, and she works in finance. So,
period.
You would think naturally I would just listen to everything she says, but I really thought that I knew better for whatever reason. So I was always, not always told, but like as I got older and I started working, living with her, she wanted me to like contribute to the household and eventually save money and move out once I could be stable and all of that. You might have like $10,000 saved and then you move out, right?
Right.
When I was in the situation, I didn't see that as a reality. I thought my mama, remember I said the person earlier who was like, you just want money, because you jealous of me. So at 2019, I thought my mama was greedy and just wanted my money. And it's just like, girl, you just want me to pay you to live in your house. I could get my own house. I very much gave. I'm not going to pay you, but I could just move out. When I tell y'all, I spend so much money these days. I've been living alone for 4 years now. I have spent so much money. Like every year, no matter how much more money I make, I spend more.
Yeah.
And it's really just because I have not had the opportunity to not have expenses and just save my money. So many different people I know stayed at home in a comfortable environment. Now, I will say living at home could have been more peaceful, which is why I got up out of there, because it was not very peaceful. But I know a lot of people who are able to be home in a peaceful environment and they go on trips. They are always on somebody's boat. They are always living a life of ease because they work like I do, but they don't necessarily have $4,000 of bills, So I really wish I could have taken, not necessarily, I don't want to say that. I really wish I could have dealt with whatever drama was going on in the house and just buckled down and got my stuff together before I jumped out on the limb and trying to be grown. Because when I say I be exhausted, overworked, and overwhelmed, like Beyonce said, a lot of it is because I work very hard to keep myself going. And it's all on me, right? To a certain degree, I definitely probably would have moved out by now, almost 25. I would have left by now. But had I spent a couple more years getting myself together and still being a go-getter, I would not necessarily be as busy as I am. I would have the opportunity to enjoy life a little bit more. Like, I don't go on trips. I don't really have time to. I used to play video games when I was younger. I would love to. I haven't bought a PS5 yet because I know I'm never home for hours at a time every day to play a game. I would love to know that, when I clock out of my job, my day job, I'm going to be able to chill and do whatever I want. I have days like that, don't get me wrong, but it's not consistent. Like, a lot of times you finish doing this, I got to do that. Now I got to do that. Now I got to do that. And I still got to keep the house going. It's a lot for me to do every single day. And so a lot of that, I look at it as like, this is what you get for being stubborn and wanting to be grown so fast, because I'm not one of those people that lived in a situation where you 18 and you got to get out.
Yeah.
So a lot of people had that experience where their parents were like, get out for real.
Yeah.
I could have gave my mom $400 a month and been cool. You know, it's not like she wanted my whole check for real. So I wish I would have been able to be reasonable back then, and I could have set my life up totally different. Girl, I could be putting together big music videos and budgets and things, having album rollouts if I live with my mama still, you know?
Yeah.
Y'all, I would probably be done moved to LA by now if I live with my mama still. Here I am in Dallas because I want to be grown. Okay.
You're funny. Yeah.
But I say that to her all the time. I'm like, girl, you really knew what you was talking about, didn't you?
Right. You ate that little thing.
I do appreciate her though, because she's not the type to rub it in. And like I said, you never know. I think about this all the time when I think about just how much is going on in life with me every day, like moving so fast. Mm-hmm. You learn from your, not necessarily mistakes, but from your decision making. So I learned how to be, I don't want to call myself a hustler, like I'm a hustler, but I kind of am a hustler. Like, you learn how to hustle from the necessity of rent due, gas due, the lights is due, child. Do you want lights?
Baby shark do.
Everything due. Okay. You learn how to hustle when everything is due. Yeah. Maybe I would have, because I have not always been a super like go getter. Like, I've always been on my 10s and 2s, whatever you want to say, on top of my things when it comes to music. But just with life in general, like, I was very lax with the rest of life. And I don't know if I needed adversity to teach me how to know how to make a way out of anything, know how to make something happen when it don't look like nothing is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe I needed the adversity to figure that out. But also, it could have been so much easier. It could have been so much simpler. Because my room at my mama's house is still there, child. And I love this little apartment, but child, I wish it looked like this one right here.
Oh. I'm not gonna play with you.
If y'all can't see the visual, y'all won't get that. But yeah, I love having my own space. I appreciate it, but it's just like, it's a lot for one person in this economy.
I mean, damn. And that's real, honestly. That's real. I live with somebody and he's my man. So if it wasn't for him, I'd be still at my granny house struggling and wishing I had my own place. And like you said, I wish I want to say my papa was asking me for rent money. He wanted me to start paying like $300 a month, just like your mom wanted you to pay $400. And I just felt like that at the time I was doing so much stuff. Like, I was dropping videos, I was dropping music, and I just felt like I could not.
It wasn't in the budget.
Exactly. And he was pushing me so hard, like, well, if you're not finna pay, then I don't know what you finna do. Where you finna stay? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, since you want to be like that, then I can find somewhere for me to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I ended up finding me a place, and though it is hard, it's harder. I appreciate having my own space because I'm free to create. I'm free to be myself and make my own messes without anybody having to say so. And I'm just free to do my own shit. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the upside of everything. But, you know, like you said, it ain't nothing. It ain't no place like home. And just
I really am grateful to have a home. Like, I'm not saying that to say I don't want. Like, I'm not just gonna turn in my lease and go back there because I learned how to keep my stuff going at this point. But y'all, I would have saved myself so much stress had I just stacked.
Exactly.
So if you're in that position, you ready to go? Listen to your mammy and them. Stack your money, baby. It's hard out here. You're gonna need money that you didn't think you needed.
Right. Pay that $300 rent. I promise you, it is not that much worth paying.
Now, don't do it if you don't have to. Because let me tell y'all, you got to know what type of parent you got for real. You got to know if you got the parent that's going to really kick you out or if you got a parent that's just going to be mad. My mama would have just been mad. Like, I could have gave her, she wanted $400, I could have gave her $250 and she would have been okay. You know,
Right. She probably still would have been complaining, like, "Hey, where's the rest?" But at least she still got
it's
some
not like
money.
I gotta go. You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say think about the type of parent you got, and then handle that accordingly. Because honestly, had I
Exactly.
been paying like the light, I did pay the light sometimes, but had I just been like, I'll do the lights, the internet, and my
Right.
insurance, she would have been cool with that. It's the fact that I was trying to set myself up for success, so I wasn't giving her nothing. She didn't like all
Right.
that.
You want to know what's funny? It's funny that you say you was paying a light bill because I was paying the cable bill, and for so long I was paying it online, and then all of a sudden my papa gonna come and say, "Well, we not paying it online anymore. We paying it in cash." I said, "Well, that doesn't make sense." So I ended up calling my auntie because she's
Yeah.
on the bill too, and sometimes she be paying it. So I said, are we still doing online payments?" And she said, yes. So I'm like, okay, that's what made me not want to pay the
You
bill
feel like he
anymore.
was trying
Because
to trick you.
yes, you lying.
Yeah.
You think I'm a dumb bitch. Because how I've been paying online for so long, and now all of a sudden we gotta pay cash. Girl, that don't make no damn sense.
They
And
shut the
bitch, I was
website down.
exactly. And back then I had Charm. So why the fuck you think I'm finna go to the 7-Eleven that's up the street and
Bitch.
get charged a fee?
When you have Chime, cash is the last thing you want to see.
Exactly.
Okay?
Bitch. Girl,
They made that shit so hard.
so hard. I'm like, girl, damn. And then they be adding fees. I'm like, I can't do all these fees. All right, I already got to pay enough shit. It's like
Girl,
you said, bitches
I do not
holding
miss
their hand
Chime.
out every time you get some money.
My family shaking ass with their hand out. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, Jerm, I really think we flowed through this one really, really nice. I hope
Really
y'all
nice.
enjoyed this episode like we enjoyed giving it to you, because I really did enjoy it. You're just so easy to talk to, girl. You're full of laughs.
Yes, ma'am. Always. And you're full of stories and full of words.
Not I talk too much. Y'all. Y'all. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens, because I'm really speaking it upon myself, speaking life upon myself. Look out for the new music. If you're listening to this, you got to listen to the music. Like, why not? Unless you hate me.
It's coming, girl. He's been working. I'm still in the studio. I have not made a dent in shit. So I'm just glad you're doing your shit. Yes, I've really been slacking.
Jerm, you need to tell me stuff like this so I can feel better about myself. Like, I would really appreciate if you text me that you're having problems in the studio too, so I could be like, me too, girl. Like, make me not feel like a loser, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I had just scheduled a session with Garland for next Thursday, and that's the day before my birthday. So hopefully he doesn't cancel, because I know how he gets.
True T, I'm not here to tell his business because he's not, he's going to be out of town. So I would text him about that like right now. Get a reschedule for the week after. Yeah. So Jerm has something to do, y'all. We gotta go.
I'm upset, girl.
I didn't mean to drop that bomb, but I had to schedule for the week after next week. So yeah. I hope y'all have a great weekend, a great week, a great whatever you're gonna have. Enjoy yourself, be blessed, be positive.
I'm sorry, we love y'all, but if you would like to follow us, you can follow me at Home Cooked Meal with 2 E's and no A. And where can they follow you, BB?
That is at DAEYVIS. We are back with the clips on YouTube this week, hopefully. So get into that. Subscribe, like, engage, comment. Tell us what you think.
Leave a comment.
We want to hear from y'all.
On Spotify, so I can read
You can do
them.
it on Spotify. And you can rate it on. If you're listening on Apple, it costs nothing for you to give us a little 5-star and say that you think we funny. You know?
Yes, please. I think my grandmother been leaving a couple comments. I've been asking her to.
Shout out to grandmother. One thing about it, that's our number one fan. She do not play about us. She's here every week. I love you,
Granny. I love you so much. We love you, girl.
Love you down, baby. Okay. Y'all have a good week. Bye.
Yes. Love y'all. Bye.
Whoa, ain't that your bestie?